All right, how you doing? How you doing? Um, I feel like to today will be the best time for me to say this. It is August 25th, 2026, right? And it's 7:23 p.m. Eastern time. As I'm recording. I want to put this all like I don't want it to be lengthy, but I'm gonna try my best to compress it. Okay, so me, I had my spiritual awakening. You could say from like 2023. It's been since 2010, but like a soft version of it because I knew something was there, but it didn't. Either I had many leading up to that, and that being the biggest one, right? Or that was just myself easing into the new information. I say 2010 because 2010, 2011, that's when I saw Hidden Colors, and I always had a feeling of that type of information. I don't know why, but So 2023 going to 2024. Every like it's the ending of 2023 actually, and everything is just it's like I'm getting breadcrumbs and I'm picking up on it. I was already like that, but it was getting more intense. So you could say around October or whatnot. So I start realizing a lot of things. My eyes are opening, but I also was taking herbs like go to cola, and I was fasting and practicing semen retention, right? So while I was going towards that, and I got to 2024, I had a feeling for some reason, and mind you, before this April 8th eclipse, right, that happened, um, a month prior, I went to, excuse me, my girl wanted to do something, and she wanted to go to painting with a twist, right? So she took me, right? So we went over there, and we had a good time because I don't really get the time to paint, so it was actually cool, and we had a good time. But we ended up painting a eclipse a month before I even realized it was an eclipse. So I get to the eclipse, right? Excuse me, we get to the but leading up, I don't know. I start thinking of like stuff like the black sun, and I don't know, and then you start seeing stuff like black sun related, like on TikTok and whatever. And then I get to a verse, Malachi 4, verse 1 to 2. And for some reason, I don't know how I got there, but that was just something that connected me with this black sun and these verses. And that had something to do with it because it was so strong, the connection. So I'm reading it, and it was talking about there'll be people that'll be burnt, and there will not be neither a branch or root left. And then for the people that fear God, there'll be healing, and it should be like wings. Uh, you know, different versions say wings or rays and stuff like that. But basically, there's healing coming from that. And I'm like, I don't know why. Why does this connect to the black sun? And plus, I feel like this has something to do with black people. The same night, I wanted to go pray. I was like, God, is this talking about black people? And that same night, the quickest answer I ever got from most time I don't even get answers in my prayers, like a straight up answer. I had the picture of when they opened Russia. Um, I believe the first, it was a cathedral, I believe, and they had like the Black Madonna and the baby Jesus and the prophets. They was all black and melanated, and it was like, whoa, like what can they say now? But they didn't let the information get over here so quickly, so it was kind of like suppressed. But the dream is, I saw that, but the Madonna wasn't even the focal point, because in that dream it had it's basically like a camera. There was a focus just on the child. The mom was not even the focal point for this particular situation. And then I woke up and I'm like, damn. So if I ask this about black people, right? And then I get a picture of that, but then it's focused on the black Jesus, the black Christ, right? And I do research and I find out that melanated people, right, are the ones that's going to be considered the Christ, right? If you just do the history on what's going on here in this particular, you know, country, right? And then you do the research and you find out, you know, the melanated people are chosen, right? But specifically the ones that's here. And they also are the Indians. And then I start finding out that there's a particular garden that, and listen, all this is for entertainment purposes. Everything I'm saying right here is not true. Is actually a real good story. I hope y'all like it. Um, what was I saying? My bad. It is what it is. I'll probably do put that on the part two. But the main thing is that there's that verse speaks on that, and then I did the studies on the black sun, and the black sun actually speaks on healing, restoration, you know, death, resurrection, resurrect, you know what I mean. um, but the main thing is that it's specifically that verse showed that through this dream, that black people are the Christ. Not saying other people are worthless. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I don't want no one to be like, I just know what I know. And a lot of times you don't get these things from the book, you get it from yourself, your higher self. Right? So with these healing rays, that means if there's healing, something's out of place. So since it's out of place, you have to realign. And you know what else need alignment? Your chakras. So it start making sense. Now your chakras are being realigned, but you have to be part of the healing process. So here's the thing. Leading up to April 8th, this black sun is coming with the healing rays. There's certain people online saying that their body was hurting or their body was shaking. Look back at it. Go online and ask if there was people out there that their body was shaking and boom, like shaking and things. Then their body was getting hot. Right? That also connects with the April 8th you call it. Eclipse. Not with a moon. It's a black sun. And it comes to bring realignment. So when your chakras is realigned, you know what I'm saying? Now the Kundalini energy will go up. And your powers are unlocked. That verse also is talking about DNA upgrade. Malachi 4, verse 1 to 2. Specifically 2. 2 is talking about a DNA upgrade. That means those quote unquote junk DNA is going to be filled up, and then now new things are going to start happening. I also figured out that 2012 is actually not the time that the world was gonna end. You have to go by the Ethiopian calendar, because that's the closest one to the Mayan calendar. They damn near say they're the same. So now we see that they're like 7.5 years behind. So that means their 2012 was actually our 2020, and we know what happened on that year. Because on that time there was new energy that was coming down. That's what yo go inside, man. Go inside. Put go inside. Go inside. Please. It was new energies. That's what it was for. Right? So now you have a part of the, multi total solar eclipses from like I believe 2017 to 2023 to 2024, four being the one that's marked on here in the United States. That was a judgment. So that means things just gonna restart. Like that was part of the point A. Realignment coming, things are restarting, right? New energy is coming in. You have to be receptible to that energy. It's getting hot because more people are awakened. You get what I'm saying? This is what they mean by when more people, like, it makes sense. When more people start knowing, they can't do nothing about it because we change everything that's going on. We do that. All the people that don't believe that, you tripping. It's evident. If you're not focused and actually seeing what's going on, you're missing the magic, yo. Like, for real. This is some mind-blowing stuff if you're paying attention. If you're paying attention to all this stuff, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, bro. So 2024 was the real thing coming in. That was energy coming in. Right? And also, this, for some reason, I had a feeling, an energy that I start sensing, that Ophiuchus, that energy, because that was the year of the snake. Right? If I'm not mistaken. Either that was the year of the snake or the dragon. Let me see. No, that's excuse me. Year of the dragon, because you go from a snake. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, we go from a snake to the dragon. Like the feathered serpent. That's your ultimate goal. Um, but yeah, it was the year of the dragon. That's actually like the. So a lot of people was going through something. They was going through an ultimate, you know, transformation. And Ophiuchus represents transformation. It's actually the void between death and life. It's like the potential. You get what I'm saying? Like before you turn on the stove, before it's even shown how hot it is, but when it's at its darkest, that's like you know what I'm saying. That's the foundation. That's the hottest right there because it's compressed. So since it's compressed, when you put that volume, now it loses the power, but it's a it goes out. But it's like that. That's to me how I feel about um the sign Ophiuchus. It's like a transformation period, right? And that was supposed to be around like November 29, going on December 17, I believe. But anyway, I rambled a lot, but it is what it is, man. I don't usually do videos, but I wanted to put something out there because this was on my mind, and I think this is very important. Peace and love.